Congressman Ruben Gallego endorsing the initiative to regulate marijuana like alcohol in Arizona. Rep. Gallego will join campaign leaders for a news conference on the House lawn of the Arizona State Capitol. Phoenix Congressman Ruben Gallego will join leaders of the campaign to regulate marijuana like alcohol at a news conference on Monday to announce his support for the initiative to end marijuana prohibition in Arizona. He represents Arizona's 7th congressional district, which includes Central and South Phoenix, as well as Western Maricopa County communities.
At least it won't fall off.
Shade makes a difference. Shade makes a difference. Poor people have to shade. Yeah.
You guys ready? I'll go ahead and start when you're ready. Everybody's good? All right. My name, just for your note record purposes, my name is J.P. Holyoke. That's spelled Holyoak. I am the chairman of the campaign to regulate marijuana like alcohol. Good? All right. I want to thank all of you for coming out today. The campaign to regulate marijuana is very excited and proud to have Arizona Congressman Ruben Gallego supporting our initiative. Congressman Gallego has been a champion of liberty, freedom in this country throughout his history as a professional, from his time in the Marine Corps to his time in the Arizona State Legislature, now in our capital's legislature in Washington, D.C. So I want to introduce Ruben and thank him for his service, thank him for what he does for our country as a whole, and thank him for supporting this initiative.
Right.
Ruben?
Thank you. Well, thank you, Mr. Holyoke, and everyone that's been involved in this initiative, something that I've been involved with since my time at the State House, where I introduced the first legislation to actually regulate cannabis like alcohol. I unfortunately did not go anywhere in the legislature, but it did spur a conversation, and I'm glad that we have this initiative going on right now. But why am I supporting this? I am not a partaker. I do believe, though, in the rule of law, and I do believe in individual liberty. So let's focus on what this does. One, we know it makes our communities safer. Regulating marijuana will replace a dangerous underground market that does exist. A dangerous underground market that exists in the neighborhoods I live in South Phoenix, West Phoenix, and areas that I represent. The products will be tested, packaged, and labeled to ensure marijuana is not contaminated and consumers know what they're getting. And the criminal element of who sells marijuana will finally have less economic incentives to be operating, at least when it comes to marijuana. It bolsters our economy. Right now, we've been talking about education and the lack of education funding. Our estimates say that this would add an extra $123 million just to education funding per year, something that we have talked about for the last 2 years. We just went through Prop 123 trying to find more money for our public schools, and we know that this is one method of finding that. And it just makes sense overall. Marijuana is objectively less harmful than other regulated products. When used properly by adults, it is less addictive and less damaging to the body, and does contribute less when it comes to violent and reckless behavior. Any adult who uses this responsibly will act responsibly. Lastly, for me, something that's extremely important considering who I represent and what my personal beliefs are. I do believe that marijuana prohibition has played a major role in filling our prisons and has contributed to expansion of prisons. If you look at this objectively, minority men, African American men, Latinos men do not use marijuana disproportionately more than white males. Yet they are incarcerated at a higher level than white males. Only 11% of Americans who have used marijuana are black, 12% are Hispanic, and 73% are white. A rough match with each group's share of the U.S. population. But just look at the statistic numbers of this. African Americans represent almost 31% of all drug arrests, and 38% of those are incarcerated for those drug arrests. Hispanics are incarcerated for drug crimes at a rate nearly 3 times that of whites. 17% of Hispanics currently incarcerated in a state prison are there for a drug crime. And even though blacks and whites use marijuana at about the same rate, African American males, or African Americans in general, not males, are 3.73 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana possession than our Anglo brothers. And black males are 8 times more likely to go to jail for drug offenses than whites. So clearly there's a disparity. Clearly marijuana and marijuana drug laws are being used in a manner that is disproportionately affecting our working class communities and our communities of color. I believe that this law is a first step in what I believe is a long process for criminal justice reform, and I hope that the residents, the voters of Arizona will support this initiative. Thank you. All right. Yeah, if you want to take questions, how about we all just take a break and go into the shade? Anybody want to do that? Let's do that. All right. It's smarter that way. I won't run away, I promise. Oh, I don't know. Thanks, man.
I thought you wanted me in.
No.